Okay, it's time for more management. Gotta love it. We got cat and zebra. Private first class. And arms dealer. Okay. We'll place you in the spy unit. In the silo entrance. I remember the silo entrance. I believe silo entrance was modified and reused for Metal Gear Online 2. I think it's the only stage from this game that was added to MGO2. But I think there's a couple spiritual successors. I'd have to go back and compare everything. I think there's at least 2 that are reminiscent of the stages from this game. But I think... No, I think Silo's actually adapted as well. Like, I don't think they're just straight up copies. I think they're each a little modified. Oh. Only one ration S? How does that work? Can I not get more ration S? Do they actually have to take up different slots? That's fine. Well, let's go to the silo entrance. As we've seen from observing its exterior, the ballistic missile launch facility is an underground silo. The underground entrance is likely located somewhere in a surface-level structure. That structure also appears to serve as the silo's cargo entrance. Let's nail down the location of the entrance to the silo. That's our ticket, the ICBMG. Okay. Whoops. Why did it start on no? Very odd. Call. We're 99% sure the ICBMG has been transported to that ballistic missile launch facility. Now's our chance to pinpoint its exact locations. To do a full sweep of the area, try to find the entrance to the underground complex. Stay on your toes. Alright. Let's eat some food first. Oh! So by 1, it means 3. Of course. That makes perfect sense. Alright. Oh, yes, okay. I believe this is the stage that was adapted and altered slightly for Metal Gear Online 2. That's the MGS4 version of Metal Gear Online. And I believe there's a different stage that's like a straight-up port. I think. I'll have to at some point do an exploration of the online exclusive maps in the various Metal Gear games, because some of them are pretty interesting. It's unfortunately a little hard to access that content, so that might be a ways off. Let's draw this boy's attention here. Nice outfit. I used to wear something just like it. Get slammed, idiot. Oh. Oh, there's an item down there. I think I might know how to get that, but let's grab this boy first. Looks like he has an XM17. I didn't notice if the other Fox soldiers had that or not. I think I just had Scorpions. This might be our first XM17, or I'm a blind idiot with the memory of a goldfish. That one's more likely. Gonna put you right in here, buddy. Just... we got all kinds of fun stuff. We're gonna have a pizza party on Friday. Oh, you can drink Kool-Aid. You'll love it. Okay. Okay, so I think the way I'm supposed to do this is to roll from there, but I was going to say, yeah, I remember being able to do that. Unfortunately, just a claymore. Think I might be able to drop to that pipe as well to create a shortcut here. But, do I want to risk that? Do I want to risk that? Oh, or is it... Hold on. No, I can't flip over that. I think it is. I think you could... Well, if I can't flip over that, then how would I flip over the above one? Maybe not. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I feel like there's a weird hang drop catch situation you can do with this. Oh yeah, here it is. Right? Yep. Here we go. They really wanted you to be aware of some of the advanced movement. This is stuff you could do since Metal Gear Solid 2, you know, rolling over gaps and flipping over ledges, dropping, and then catching lower ones. You remember, we did some of that in Twin Snakes specifically. We also did a little hang drop catch to get the croc cap in Snake Eater. But here, I don't know, they make greater use of it, and I really like it. Even though, you know, I keep kind of repeating myself on this, but even though the stages are visually simple, they're very, very layered and have a lot of depth to how you can explore them. I think that's cool. I genuinely think that these stages are good, and with a slightly more robust, moveset and a little bit better of a camera, you could definitely do something cool with these. Just your imagination. Tranquilizer ammo. Well, I can pick it up. No reason not to. We can still be a little bit of a loot goblin. There's the goal of the stage, but, you know, we got some rooms we can look in. Anything good here? Chaff G. We love a good Chaff G. Anything under this one? Nope. There's upper sections too that I can get to. Let me just... Oh! Well, that's fine. We'll get more time to explore this area later. Oh!
Releasing perfect soldier. Number, no. Take him into custody.
So, this is Null, the perfect soldier.
I didn't realize this was so soon. Oh my goodness, look at his ninja moves.
What is this guy?
So here's our boss fight with Null. Yeah, just kind of out of nowhere. We've seen this character before. Oh. He's armed with a MAC-10 and a machete. And he does big jumps. Oh my god. He also does big damage to us. Wow. Alright, let's not try to CQC him. His music's really cool. How can he be the ultimate soldier when he's not even throwing dudes? I mean, he's slicing dudes.
Found you. What?
He can also block my bullets. He's got some familiar moves. Oh. What is he doing? Wow, he's blocking everything I'm doing. He's a strong lad. And, you know, I don't imagine, you know, he's not like a robot or anything. So I don't imagine chaff grenades would do much to him. I think the joke with him is you have to wait until he reloads to shoot at him. Yes. Man, I'm kind of in dire straits here, though. Yep. I don't believe you can sneak up on him. I think he's constantly aware of you. I can try to lose him, but I think he's just always on the prowl. Kind of like just has ninja sense, you know? But we'll try. I can hear his footsteps. Maybe I can... yeah, see, he knows where I am.
I'll find you sooner or later.
Oh! Oh, I may have actually lost him. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, okay, okay. So what can I do from behind? Can I grab him? Nope!
I told you not to get careless.
Can't grab him, but you can actually sneak him. Okay, okay. Did not know that. I wonder if there's more, healing items here. Doesn't look like it. It's a very interesting fight, though, because, yeah, it's just kind of two dudes going at it. Don't misconstrue that. He can't be thrown? He really is the perfect soldier. Yeah. Exactly, see? It's that he's immune to being thrown. Now, you said better not make a sound, which means he's in stealth mode now. It is one of the more interesting, more tense boss fights in this series. And it's kind of funny that people don't really talk about it. But I'm learning that, a lot of people don't actually, you know... Oh! Oh! He jumped way up there. Look at him go! Whoops. Okay. Okay. That's a pretty good strategy. I remember doing a lot of... Whoops! A lot of pressing the wrong button. Oh. My memory is of doing a lot of pop-out shots when he's reloading. Of course, the timing is a little... There we go.
Why?
A lot of that. That's how I remember fighting him back in the day. But that's cool. I didn't know you could actually sneak him. Oh, hey, let's... There we go. Oh. He's trying to give me the runaround. There we go. Yeah, that. He's kind of like a weird version of MGS1 Ocelot. In that way. Sneaking him definitely looks and feels cooler. Oh! Oh!
Take this.
Let's try losing him again. Let's try it. Let's run way over here and see if he follows us. He knows relatively where I am, but... Oh, well. See, that's what I remember, is him saying found you a lot. Like, from behind cover. Oh. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. Well, we got a sniper rifle. That's pretty cool. He's so ninja-like. With his big jumps and his sword. To be frank, I have no idea who he could be. He is quite the hunter, however. And the way he's stalking us down. You know? Pretty scary. Still aware of me. Where is he? Is he up? Oh no, he's right there.
Better not get careless.
Okay, he has now lost me. Whoop.
No way.
Yes way! Alright. Alright, I like this. I like this little hide-and-seek action. This is actually one of the cooler boss fights in the entire franchise. Like, genuinely, I remember it being neat and tense. But, doing it again, man. I dig it. I am all into this. I do wish, like I said, I had a couple of the missing mechanics, you know? I wish I had just a little bit more I could do to fight him. A little bit more weapons and things like that, but still. Oh, he knows I'm right here.
I told you not to get careless.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. We're gonna try to lose him again. Losing him seems to be the winning strategy. Ironic, is it not? No, it's It's not even close to what irony means. Okay, we'll keep walking around slow. Because I think if I can just get one...
Make a sound.
Yep. If I can get one well-placed shot on him. Oh, this is a dead end, though. Oh, and he's jumping. He's jumping. I don't know where he jumped to. Being such a sneaky boy. He's that way? Is he up there? I think he is. I didn't know he could go all the way over here. Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Oh! There we go. Nice. That's such a cool fight.
Why? Why do you still live?
What the hell's he talking about?
No man can meet the perfect soldier in battle and survive. But you won't die. Why?
These moves. I know these moves.
I know these moves.
Mozambique.
Stay right where you are, Snake.
Hey, Cunningham.
Hey, you've been quite a handful, I'll give you that.
Ow. That's mean.
Good work, perfect soldier. Your mission is complete. Your mission is over, Null. At ease. Sure. Only a puppet after all.
Oh my. Things are getting interesting. Hey, we procured some heat ammo. But we've lost contact with Snake. I hate to imagine what might have happened to him. But Snake's a legend. He's big boss. He wouldn't let himself get killed that easily. I know he wouldn't. I'm with you, Campbell. We gotta save him, yeah. Look, Snake got captured. 'Cause it's a real Metal Gear game. We got freak show bosses. We got Snake getting captured. We've got indoor facilities. We got Campbell on the codec. We are so back. Right, we'll start by searching for his whereabouts. It hasn't been that long since he disappeared. I think the best approach would be to focus our search on his last known whereabouts. But we won't get anywhere by just hunting aimlessly. Exactly. So we gotta be aggressive. Interrogate any enemies you find there. Try to squeeze some info out of them. Right, we're on it. A new report arrived from the spy unit. Iguana. Iguana has joined. Let's manage. She's an athlete. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna put her there. And oh, you guys, you're very piddly in terms of your current stats. Yeah, you see, we got an open slot here because Snake has been captured. So we're gonna bring Donkey. We don't have any of Snake's items here. It's got quarterback, though, so maybe we'll bring a stun grenade. And let's go back to the silo entrance. Hopefully there'll be some Fox boys there so we can blend in. We need to find where Snake disappeared to. Focus of our search will be the last place he was spotted. Here, in the vicinity of the silo entrance. This won't be like looking for lost keys under the sofa. You have to be aggressive and pry information out of enemy soldiers through interrogation. Time to play rough. Alright! So this is another part that I remember that we're going to see this copied in the future. But yeah, I like the idea that Snake actually gets captured, which tends to happen in these games. MGS 1, 2, and 3 all have a protagonist getting captured sequence. But normally you just, lose control until you can escape. But in this, no. Since you have other dudes, you've got buddies, they're going to help Snake escape. I like that. Anyway, locate Snake's whereabouts by interrogating the enemies you encounter. You run a great risk of being spotted, but we won't get anything by simply searching the area at random. Stay sharp. Alright, and you can see, yes, we've got our chameleon. So we can use one of these boys. Again, their gear is very reminiscent of the suit Snake has in MGS3, but with a couple differences. I think it's cool, though. I really like this look. I maybe like it a little better than the MGS3 look. I don't know.
Huh?
Oh.
Who's that?
Oh. No, hey. Let's just do a mulligan there. Let's just get a do-over. I think the way this works is if they hear something and get spooked and then see you, your camouflage doesn't work. But if you notice, when I go into stalking, my camouflage goes off. So it's like, it's a little odd. I'm not sure exactly what it wants me to do here. I guess just stand still. Yep. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Oops. They don't like when you walk in first person. Okay, that's a weird nuance. I did not know that. That's very funny. Hello. Don't mind me. Just a fellow soldier of the Fox unit. Just a fellow soldier. Alright, where's Snake? An officer would probably know something. Alright. Well, again, we need more dudes. We need to fill out our dude ranks. So we're going to grab this dude. And yeah, he's got a scorpion. I remembered these guys having scorpions. Rather than the XM17. In regards to Cunningham, the hammer is thighs, but where's the cunning? Well, he's like an interrogator and worked for like a government organization, he's just probably got some cunning under his stylish bandana, which his bandana is another thing from this game that appears in MGS4. In MGO2, you could get it as a piece of customization gear for your character. The customization in that game was alright. They could have done more with it, but they did some pretty interesting stuff. Some pretty fun things. Alright, we can get in here. No problems, no issues. No items, though. Yeah, that's not great. Any items in here, in the vents? No. Truly upsetting. Okay. Well, there's one of these boys again. Whoops!
What's that?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. How about you just don't worry about it? How about that? Look, he did that kick.
Huh? What's that?
What's that indeed? That's what that is. That's you taking it. Oh! Oh, he was a bit of a strong boy. Well, I don't want to drag him all the way back to the van. Oh, there's a little bed here. Well, it's a pretty big bed, actually. Oh, 2 beds. That's cozy. That's nice. It says there's someone down here. No? Okay. It's another Fox unit soldier. We're looking for an officer. Yes, the Solid Eye is in Acid 2 as well as MGS 4. We'll get there. We'll get there. Ammo heat. Well, that is a good item. We did just procure some. But, you know. Which I think earlier I read procured as produced. I think I said that our soldiers produced some rations or med kits or something. I forgot that not only did I completely misread that, but you don't actually make things in this game. Your spy unit just kind of steals them. And yes, looking at this area, this was definitely modified in the MGO2 stage. Look at that. Go shoe bounce. They're excited for some Metal Gear. RPG 7? I mean, why not? That's pretty cool. Again, procuring things on site, it's kind of more of a thing in this game because of the mission structure and because you can go into missions empty-handed. So if you really, really wanted to, you could do some wacky stuff with just going in empty-handed and being like, well, I got an RPG, time to blast everyone. And I like that. I do like that. Even though the mission structure and having a home base isn't my favorite. That's the most Nagant ammo, I believe. Maybe the man I want is down here. No, that's just another Fox boy.
We're under attack?
Who's that?
Well,
This is HQ.
alright, everyone's gonna get slammed.
There's something wrong. Backup unit, check it out.
Yeah, why don't you, check it out by giving me an officer?
This is patrol. Enemy sighted. Commencing attack.
Acknowledged. Eliminate all enemies.
Oh, the audio in this. I don't know if anyone noticed, but when I turn the camera, That man was coming out of a different ear. Oh, this is a good... Ooh, the alert music here is really cool, actually.
The enemy.
Hi. There's a lot with the audio that I'm really digging in this game. We'll just grab this guy. If there's one contribution to Metal Gear Acid that comes directly from Kojima's input, it's the 3D Gravier Idol videos. Yeah! Man's a pervert. What can you say?
HQ.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation.
Have you now?
Acknowledge. The enemy is still nearby.
Alright, we're gonna do this again. Hang, drop, catch! Luckily, that doesn't actually consume stamina in this game. If it did, oh, that would be a big bummer.
This is Patrol. Enemy sighted. Commencing attack.
Acknowledged. Eliminate all enemies.
Ah, there's the officer. Okay. Yeah, that little guitar bit in the alert music's really cool. I don't think they've ever done that. Like, prior, and definitely not since. Just, like, absolutely just shredding on the alert music. That's cool. Oh. Hey, me and your officer, we got some stuff we gotta get to here. Do you mind? Like, can you give us some privacy? There we go. Alright. Nope. We gotta kick this dude a whole bunch now. So we can interrogate him and say, where is Snake? Tell me where Snake is.
HQ.
We need him.
HQ.
This is
He's the
Patrol.
best soldier ever. He's so good at throwing dudes.
Alert formation.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby.
They took some guy named Snake over to the guest house. There was a car alarm going off. What? You found a clue to Snake's whereabouts? Fantastic. Okay, return to the truck immediately. We can discuss the best COA, parentheses, course of action. That's a callback to MGS1. He just said course of action.
Looks like you've done quite a number on this one. Intel extracted via physical torture is unreliable. It has always been my understanding that a skilled interrogator doesn't have to resort to inflicting pain on his subject.
You're right, Commander. But it all depends on the time and the place. This man used to be a member of Fox. For him, this doesn't even qualify as torture. I was simply saying hello.
I see. As a fellow Fox, you know his limits. Still, it's not easy getting information out of him, is it, Cunningham?
He is a tough one, I'll give him that. But his resilience will be his undoing. This time, I'll get the location of the remaining legacy, for sure.
Yep, still looking
you
for the
do it?
legacy.
It's not part of my normal regimen, but there is a way.
Drugs. Truth serum won't work on a member of Fox.
While he was away from the battlefield, they developed a new formula.
Confessions extracted via truth serum can't be trusted. More so if you're using a stronger formula. You could
It's
fall
true.
apart
Most
before you even have a
interrogation
chance to
doesn't
question him.
actually work.
You know that as well.
Like,
as I do.
drugs,
Why the
torture,
hurry, Cunningham?
you know.
It seemed the ideal way to handle it from an efficiency perspective.
You can get people to say whatever
But I want
you
to
want
talk
to
to you
hear,
first.
and that's...
Be my guest.
It's not good.
Serums also have an anesthetic effect. If I use it before he recovers his strength, I can't make him hurt. Let's let him taste the fear a little while longer.
The fear!
awake all this time. You'd make a form.
He's naked also. Look at that. Look at
I
that
can
naked
see now
man.
why you've inherited the title of boss. And yet, you are troubled. Who are you loyal to? Why do you fight? What is a country? A soldier? Have you lost sight of
Look at all these scenes. You remember these?
That's why you retired from Fox.
Yeah, I love it.
Here
Oh,
you
this
are
game's
back
cool.
on the
I love these cutscenes.
Once you've inherited the soul of a warrior, you can never leave the battlefield. Allow me to share a story. This whole business about stealing Metal Gear, it was all a setup from the beginning.
A setup.
The idea was the CIA's. They were planning to give the American-developed Metal Gear to the Russians, giving the enemy a new weapon of their own design. Do you know why?
Enlighten me.
To prolong the Cold War. The failure of its planned economy has left the Soviet Union's finances in shambles. On top of that, thanks to the boss's work 6 years ago, they lost the philosopher's legacy. The Russians can no longer sustain the massive military spending demanded by the Cold War. And now America, in addition to acquiring the legacy, has succeeded in deploying MIRVs in battle, and is moving to cement her military superiority through the ongoing strategic arms limitation talks. At this
We
rate,
remember the
the
SALT
global
treaties.
balance of
They've come up
power
a couple
will soon
times in these
collapse.
games.
And before long, the Cold War will have ended. And when that happens, the CIA's importance will have diminished considerably.
The CIA is giving Metal Gear to the Russians to maintain the balance of power?
Metal Gear is a weapon far more advanced than any MIRV. It would be a most valuable trump card for Moscow. One that would render SALT irrelevant. The world would move away from compromise and accommodation, and once again split in two. The age of soldiers and spies would continue. Fox's orders from the CIA were not to guard Metal Gear during transport, but to steal it. And then to pretend to defect to the Soviet Union. A clever plan on the part of the CIA. All designed to protect its organizational interests.
No. No way. I don't believe it.
This is what you call your country.
So that's why you staged a rebellion.
Again, I can't really talk much during these because just, I don't know, I really like
Just as
these
soldiers have
cutscenes in
need
this
of
story.
talented officers, men have need of talented leaders.
and I have much to add.
Leaders capable of granting guidance to the world. I was created for that purpose.
Created?
The little question mark,
Have
that's
you
cute.
heard of the Successor Project?
Oh.
No.
It was a top-secret experiment conducted by the U.S. government. Its goal, to create the ultimate battlefield commander.
Oh.
The skills to wage war, the aptitude for strategy, the endurance to return from battle alive, and the charisma to overwhelm and master the hearts of soldiers. My voice is endowed with a special power. Another product of the Successor Project. And the soldier they chose as the model leader was none other than the legend herself, the Boss.
The boss?
I received these gifts. I inherited them. Snake, you inherited the title of Boss. You were her last disciple. You and I are like brothers. And as such, I couldn't possibly kill you now. Make
Hey, I
yourself
really like
comfortable,
Gene.
brother,
And I like,
for you're about to witness the creation of my new world.
I like everything going on with this character. And yeah, Steve Bloom's performance is really good. He comes off as very sinister and very confident. But yeah, there's a lot of setup. They actually really cared about the setup for what we would see in future games with this. And they kind of used Gene as a way to demonstrate that, you know. We'll get more into Gene's backstory as we go through the game, but I really like that. He was part of a project to create a successor to the boss as a commander, whereas Big Boss inherited her title as a soldier. I think that's neat. Anyway, listen up everyone. Our interrogation of the enemy has produced information on the location where Snake's being held. He's currently in the guest house. We'll go out and rescue him immediately, but unfortunately we're unable to ascertain the exact location, as facilities used by high-ranking dignitaries. Location of the guest house, well kept secret. Quite possible that none of the enemies we interrogated even know its exact location. It's not marked on any of our maps, probably for the same reason. So for the time being, we're making finding the location of the guest house our #1 priority. You might want to try interrogating people who are regular visitors to the guest house, government official, high-ranking officers. It may also be a good idea to expand the scope of our spy unit's reconnaissance. In any case, we'll have to go find that guest house. If anybody has any bright ideas, let's hear them. Eel! The eel can finally come out to play.